Hello and welcome to another early adopter edition in UML Operator. All right, so what I want to talk about today are tagged values. So if we go to the settings tab and we go to UML types and we select tag value types, you can see here I have created several tag values to use within our modeling practices. So today we're going to build my first tag value or values and implement them on class elements. You can implement these on any other elements as you're working in your modeling environments, and you can reuse these tag values as reference data across your other projects. So let's get started here. Tag values in UML are metadata attributes used to extend model elements. With additional, I want to say custom properties, they can be industry standard properties and so on, but for custom properties, they belong to the UML profile mechanism, allowing users to attach extra information to elements such as classes, attributes, operations, and relationships being connectors. So extremely powerful and extremely useful. And the other extension in UML to elements are stereotypes. And we'll talk about this in another episode. The stereotypes are a way to categorize your elements, where tag values are a way to extend the metadata, the information, the intelligence of those elements. Now let me close this and open it again. Again, we're in the settings tab. We're in UML types in the reference data panel. And when we bring this dialog box, we have stereotypes, tag value types, and cardinality values. All right, we're focused on tag value types. And you have a name for the tag value, and you want to describe the tag value because you're going to get a lot of them, and you want to know or define to your models, your modelers, what the tag value is about. And then you're going to go in here and code the tag value. All right. So we're going to go to association type, where we have the name of the tag value. We describe the purpose of the tag value. And then we want to identify the tag values. And then optionally, you can set a default. All right. So let's look at the structure of the values themselves. So what we have is values equals, and then in this case, these are going to be the selections: API, microservice, direct link. We're going to have batch, and we're going to have pending. Let's focus on the values equals. Okay, so we'll zoom in a little bit here. So in here, we have each one of the values that we want in the drop down to be separated by a comma. You don't need a space in there. You could put a space if you want to make it more readable. But we have API, comma, microservices, comma, direct links, comma, batch, comma, and then we're going to put in the last selection, and then we end with a semicolon, all right? And then optionally, again, as I stated, you can add a default where it just says, hey, it tells the user, make a selection. You could put any of these values as the default. You could even start off with the word default in here, commas, of course, separating default and API. But that's how simple it is to code a tag value. Now we've rolled over to our My Learning project, where we do and host the My First series. And we have a namespace or folder called My First Tag Values, diagram with the same name. We have the diagram open right here. Let's go ahead and just drag a class element in. We're not going to bother naming it. And let's just open it up, all right? So when you open it up, you're going to see down here, you've got some tabs: main, details, advanced, and tags. There are no tags for this particular element. Another way is to select the item that you're interested in, go to your properties window. Let me move this over here. And you'll see in properties, you have the element properties, and then you have the tags properties. There is nothing in here. We are going to add a tag value. All right, so I'm going to select this. You can see it's new tag value. Now you can either start typing in your own tag name here, and then you can fill in a value at that time or later. If you hit the drop down, you have all sorts of choices in tag values that we have available. One of them is association types. And you can see here in value that it's not, you can't select it right now. It says make a selection. Let's go ahead and hit OK. Here you have your default. And when I select this drop down, I have my tag values, and I can make a choice on what each one of these values is going to be. And I can always come back in and change these as we're continue modeling. Now you don't want to keep typing in the name or the tag for the tag value. You could fat finger that or create other problems. You want to make the tag value available and reusable. So what we're going to do is cancel out of this, and we're going to go to settings, UML types, where we have our tag values, and we're going to use association type. Before I go that, there's all sorts of formats. I'm not going to cover all of them. You can get in here where you're doing various tag values. This is type equals enum. Then you have your values, again, separated by comma with a semicolon. I'm using the default, make a selection is what I want to show up by default. And then after the semicolon here, you can explain the tags, the tag values, put as much as you want following that. It won't get in the way, all right? We're going to do, let's see, overlays we'll cover in a more advanced session. I might do my first simple version of this, but overlays, extremely powerful when you're doing matrix, various matrices in modeling, and much more. So we'll go over these later, but right now what I want to do is take association type here, and we're going to delete it. Hit delete, and it is gone, and we are going to recreate this. All right, we're already in a blank creation of a tag value. You can always select new, you end up in the same place. And we're going to type in the name of this. And what I tend to do is, for naming my tag values, is give it a human, understandable, meaningful name, as short as possible. In this case, I'm using camel with an uppercase A to start, no space, type, right? And then what I want to do is I want to describe the purpose of the tag value so that folks understand what's this tag value when they're looking in this dialog box. There you go. All right. And then we're going to we can hit save at any time. So now we've saved it and we've created it, but it's blank. We haven't put any details in here yet. And so what we're simply going to do is type in value, or values rather, equal, and then whatever the tags are that you want to put in here. In this case, we're going to put API separated with a comma, right? Microservices. If I fat finger it, I can always come in, because if you fat finger it here, it's going to show up as the value for the tag the way that it was typed. And then it's saved in the database. So direct link, and then batch. Again, I could put a space in there to separate them, but I usually don't. And then pending. We don't know yet. So I want a pending in there, or whatever you want to put as a hold. Ending with a semicolon. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to say, I want the default when the modeler brings this up to equal make a selection. And you can put anything that you want in there, ending with a semicolon. All right, now we're going to hit save, and then we're going to close, and then we're going to delete this one that's on our sample class element. All right, now let's see if we're not doing a refresh. Let's see if it shows up. So we're going to hit new tag value, hit the drop down. We see association type. We see our default value loaded for us. We're going to hit OK. There it is. And there are the selections that we put. Hopefully I did not misspell anything, but do a test. And you can always go back to make a selection if you're not ready to make a selection, and apply the tag value to the element. As soon as you apply it, it is there. So when I hit this, and let me go back to our properties, let me reload my common workspace so I can get properties back. Let me bring properties back over here, go to tags. There it is. It is saved in the database under the TObjects properties table with the object ID relevant to this element, which is just says class 1 in the TObjects table. Let me go ahead and go back to our common workspace layout to set properties where I like it over in the lower right. And then what we're going to do is go to the Start tab. We're going to go to Search, Model Search. We're going to go to My Searches. These are my custom searches, and I have all of these custom searches. I am going to choose this utility, how I named it, Object Tag Values by Property. All right, and we can come over and we can look at the SQL that I wrote in order to do this. And we can come in here and just put in association, start typing it in so that it's going to look for whatever's here. Or we can just go ahead and look at every object that has a tag value. So all of these have tag values in here, and we can filter the property. I'm going to start typing in association. There we go. I have the tag value that we just created. All right. And of course, if you're using the search box, let me go ahead and close this, come up here, just start typing in association, and we go right to it so that we know that it works and that we have our tag values. We can add notes to the tag values, and let me show you that next. Let's go ahead and close search. We don't need that anymore. We've selected the item that we're interested in. Let me bring properties up right next to it here. Let me go to tags. So here we have the tag value that we just created. What you can do is you can add notes. So here you can edit the notes for the tag value. Let me go ahead and select it. I get this dialog that pops up here. And this is basically, you can type anything you want in here. This needs to be a MS microservice. And then you can put as much as you want in there that would be available to the modelers when they're looking at the particular tag value. Let's roll back over to the search window. We have our search up here to look for tag values. Let's just start typing in association, just as enough to be able to filter out what we want. And here are the notes that we just added for this tag value. Now all of this data, this metadata, this extended data will show up in your models, your model reports, and other analytics that you may be doing within your modeling practices. Congratulations, you just did your first tag value, and you're going to start to use these a lot in your project if you're not already. And I just want you to be very careful when you're creating your library, because you can get into creating duplicates and other problems in tag values. You need to be consistent. If you create a tag value, make sure it's one that works, one that you're seriously going to use across projects. You're going to have modelers that are going to create their own tag values. They write to the database, but you're going to have shared modeling environments where you want to be consistent across your tag value implementation. I have a lot of tag values that are here, all right? And I've gone into projects where they have over 100 tag values, and I go through them then as an audit, and I see a lot of duplicates. I ask questions about them. Oh, we don't use that one anymore. Well, why is it available? Those kind of things. So make sure you got a good plan. You're following good practices, dev, stage, and production. You're going to have models that are going to create their own tag values. They need to put them in a staging environment for review. And then we'll review them. And then if they work, if they fit what the mission is for the shop or the company, they can then be published as reference data into your production project environment. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Please let me know down below in questions or in concerns, in comments, that help us move forward as a group of subscribers. And I really look forward to getting to those and doing more, because we're going to be doing a lot of videos that are using tag values. And I don't want to explain, well, I'm bringing in tag values, this is how I do it. All right. In our next video, we're going to be doing early adopter video. We're going to be doing stereotypes. And then after that, we get to a fun topic called legends. So until that next episode, happy modeling.